This is Jags Wired. Brought to you in part by Baptist Health, changing healthcare for good, and by TIAA Bank, created to serve, built to perform.
If you're feeling pressure, okay, to perform, it's usually because you're really not sure, all right, what you're about to do. If you know what you got to do, you know the technique, all right, you should be dying to get out there and kick somebody's ass.
Head coach Doug Marrone is excited and energized as his team gets ready for practice at the Dreamfinders Homes practice complex at TIAA Bank Field. Hi everyone and welcome to this edition of Jags Wired. I'm Brian Sexton. Heading for training camp is more than just leaving home. It's leaving behind comfort and embracing physical and mental exertion. No one feels it more and shows it less than Blake Bortles, who was nice enough to let us ride along.
It's tough to beat. I love being by the beach and being able to hear the waves, and it's definitely always difficult to leave this place.
For Blake Bortles and the rest of the Jacksonville Jaguars, it's time to get off the beach and get to work. Training camp is here, which means the dog days of summer are officially underway.
You enjoy being able to spend time with family and friends, go see and do different things, obviously working out and making sure everything's ready to go, but at the same time it's kind of like, all right, you know, I'm ready to get back into football and get started again and get rolling.
It's report day for the Jaguars quarterback, and training camp isn't just another day at the office.
For somebody that plays quarterback, it's kind of, it's enjoyable for the most part. I mean, you're working, 14, 15-hour days, but, at the same time, you're doing football 14, 15 hours a day. So it's, there's way worse jobs and things to be doing. So to be able to do that as something you love is pretty awesome.
Fires to the right corner of the end zone, got a man out there, caught, touchdown!
The fifth-year pro played his best football in 2017 and was rewarded with a new contract.
I don't think anybody's expectations outside of the locker room are higher than the ones that we have inside of it. We expect a lot of ourselves and expect a lot from this team, going into this training camp. We know it's going to take a lot of work, and it's going to be a grind to get through camp, but it's going to make us better and make us stronger and make us or allow us to win football games based on how hard we work and how well we do during this training camp.
My pleasure. Take it easy. Back, baby.
Training Camp 2018 opened with a confident and talented group of players arriving at TIAA Bank Field. They walked in fully aware of the expectations for this season and fully prepared to put in the work required to exceed them. Now, halfway through camp, it's clear these guys mean business, as you'll see in this week's Sounds of Training Camp, brought to you by your local Southern Ford dealer.
Sit on! Drive it out, drive it out, drive it out! Pass the board. Sit on! Drive your knees down, drive your knees, drive your knees! Come on, get downhill! Come on, let's go! Sit on! Drive your knees now, drive your knees!
nice.
Sit up. Sit up. Get leverage, get leverage, get leverage. Heels on the line, heels on the white line, heels on the white line. Sit up. Sit up. Push it, push it, push it, come on. Skater here. There you go, T. Hey, that's good.
Get on the line. Down. Good job.
Coming up on Jags Wired.
That's what today's about, finding yourself. It's the first stage of camp, really.
We've wired, unwired, and wired again and again this summer. Coming up, we'll listen in on training camp in Mic'd Up. Plus,
technically, when I call this play, I have no clue what's going to happen.
we'll take a closer look at an offensive concept that worked for the Jaguars in last January's AFC Championship game. All that and more straight ahead on Jags Wired.
What's up, guys? How's everybody doing?
Right here.
Hey, how are you?
All right.
What's your name? Cam? I'm Josh. Nice to meet you. Wanna hold that for me? Wanna walk out to the field? Awesome.
Fans flock to the Dreamfinders Homes practice complex every summer for the chance to get up close and personal with their team. A few lucky kids got closer and more personal than most in what's quickly becoming a Jaguars tradition, the helmet hike. We're back on Jags Wired. I'm Brian Sexton. If you watched the Jaguars run to and through the playoffs last season, you saw an offense that was creative and opportunistic. Jeff Lageman and offensive coordinator Nathaniel Hackett take a deeper dive into what's becoming the Jaguars' offensive personality in this week's Closer Look, brought to you by Baptist Health.
Play fake. They throw it to the left side of Corey Grant. Corey to the 25, Corey to the 30, still on his feet. Got room up the far sideline. Terrific play by Corey Grant.
What a great play designed by Nathaniel Hackett.
We're joined now by offensive coordinator Nathaniel Hackett, and we're going to do a little history lesson here with RPO, which is run pass options, which is very popular in the National Football League right now, right?
It's huge. It's kind of taking it by storm right now.
Where did it come from?
Well, for me, just kind of watching the evolution of it, I think it kind of all stemmed from the wing T. I mean, you can go all the way back to that kind of world. It was the midline option, and they had guys sweeping and motioning and trying to spread the field, but it was all with bigger guys, like all kind of condensed. And I think as it went, everybody decided to kind of, hey, why don't we take the exact same movements of all these guys and just kind of line them up out there. And then I think as wide receivers became a bigger part of the football game, I think that's when they started, hey, let's just use those guys out there instead of, a bigger fullback or a bigger running back.
Okay, so that brings us to modern day, and we have a divided country. Okay, as far as
true. Yes.
And the divided country is that some people believe that it was originated, the run pass option, RPOs, was on the East Coast somewhere. Where? In the East Coast?
I think it was right around here where West Virginia is.
My God.
West Virginia. Right here,
Morgantown,
and I would say Morgantown. For me, it was Rich Rod. I think he was one of those. Rich Rodriguez was one of the big guys, innovators on it. I mean, they'd get in two back formations, and they'd have guys spreading all over the place. But then, it's funny if you talk to people in the West Coast, they're going to sit there and they're going to say it's Chip Kelly all the way up in here in Oregon. Those Ducks,
Eugene.
Those Ducks. Now, I'll tell you, they really. Were inspirational in how they did it. I mean, throwing things, reading people, different kinds of change-ups that they did. So I think really it's kind of where did it come from. So many people started doing it, but for me personally, I think the people that I studied and watched the most were West Virginia and Oregon as I saw it.
Okay, well, we're going to look at some film from the AFC Championship game, and let's first look at a run, because the run pass option, it's the exact same look where it can be a run or it can be a pass. Let's look at a play first that was a run from the AFC title game.
So here what we're doing, we're lined up in a bunch formation, and we want to hand this ball to Leonard. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to run an outside zone play to the right, and right now Blake has the ability to just hand that thing off every single time. That's what we're trying to capitalize on. we want the defensive line to really, or offensive line to really push over to that Will backer right there, and we're leaving these backside guys here, and we're just going to give that ball to him and let him do his thing. He does a great job setting it up. And
I really notice the linebacker here, because all of a sudden you have this fake throw to Corey Grant. The defensive lineman and the linebacker are kind of caught. They're like, do we go to Corey or do we go to Leonard Fournette? That's where the RPO is a thing of beauty.
Without a doubt, because those guys are responsible for Corey. You know, whether it's the end, whether it's the linebacker, whether they have a man coverage. So we know if we remove him away, even though we're in a condensed world, we can spread those guys out and force them to have to cover, which removes them from their run fits.
All right, well, let's go back to the grease board and let's draw this up.
All right.
All right, draw us up an RPO.
So what we got here is on the front side here where the play's coming. So here comes Leonard, he's coming across the field. And we've got the tackle right here. We got Jeremy, he's blocking there. We got AJ and Linder working up to that guy. And we got another double team working up to that Mike. And then on the back side over here is where we put this RPO. And we can do so many different combinations, but the one specifically that we did here was outside releasing by these two guys taking the first threats blocking. And then here's Corey right here. As he steps up, he's gonna now work back out, and he's that RPO, he's that pass option for us. So as we see it, Blake, as he goes, he takes the ball and he has the ability to either give that to Leonard, or he's gonna really read this end right here. The good positive thing about it is that he's never wrong giving it to Leonard. He can always do that, and then it's on Blake to kind of feel how these guys play. As he sees all these guys start flowing, now he could take advantage of getting the ball out there to Corey in that situation.
The hardest thing that I ever had to defend as a defender in my time in the National Football League was two different plays that looked the same. And that's what the beauty of an RPO is. This looks the same because it can run two plays off of the same look.
Technically, when I call this play, I have no clue what's going to happen. I mean, we could either have a run play for Leonard for 10 yards. We could potentially have what might look like a screen or a bubble screen or something like that over to the left. We call this, and it's really on Blake to make this whole thing happen. Even though it's a nice little short throw, he's really got a total huge decision process that he has to make really quick.
All right, well, we saw the run by Fournette. Let's go back earlier in the game because the pass part of this to Corey Grant happened before the run, so let's take a look.
Awesome. When we called this, I was completely expecting him to hand this off. And Blake, for some reason, felt so many guys working over to the right side. He felt this free safety come down. And you can see he's kind of already made his decision. And he's going right now. He holds that guy right there. 98's kind of square-shouldered, and we know we've got speed with Corey. And he just goes ahead and he just shoots it out there to Corey. Totally Blake's decision. And Corey does a great job going outside. All the blockers, you can see Mercedes and Marquise out there getting that outside shoulder. And he made that decision, and we outflanked him.
A really unique thing about this is that if you don't have a running back that has great speed like Corey Grant, I don't know if it's that good. It might have been a tackle for a minimum gain.
I would agree. I think Corey really made this thing go. I mean, his speed and his juice to be able to get outside right now. I mean, you're putting 53 and 98 right now in a huge bind because they both have to get on their horses. And it's funny because if they commit to Corey, then you should have a huge gaping hole for Leonard, just like we had seen a little bit earlier. And then it's one of those things, the minute that they hesitate at all, Blake just takes advantage of that and gets it out there to Corey.
Here we go. Thud, thud, thud. Switch it out. Next group up. Here we go. In and out. Hey.
We'll go between the lines at training camp on Mic'd Up when we return to Jags Wire.
Right now, what you want to do, don't come out here and go through these drills and be mediocre. Don't just say, I'm happy to be out here. Every opportunity is an opportunity, so take advantage of it.
Linebacker Telvin Smith is always talking when he's playing, and as it turns out, he's pretty good at talking when he's coaching too, as he did at his annual Boys and Girls Club football camp. Coaches and players rarely get a breather during practice. They're constantly moving, watching, teaching, and yes, talking, as you're about to see from earlier this camp in this week's Mic'd Up.
Be great today. D-line on 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Nah, let's just get some water. Everybody get some water, man. Don't need to rush this. Oh, we're gonna get our work in, man. Get your water. We just gotta find it, man. That's the point of today. Just find it. just have to find ourselves today. That's what today's about, finding yourself. It's the first stage of camp, really. Double teams here now. AO team. D-line, we on the side now. Hey, D-line, we on the side, D-line. We're worried about physical double teams.
I know.
That's our life. Jesus. Gotta love it, man.
And this is something else, huh?
Pretty
cool, huh? Where's the chicks in the pool at, huh?
Not today, Bubba.
Oh, you know there's going to be good breaks tonight, dude.
Wait till the field goal. That's the biggest break.
What do you mean?
When we get field goal, we go, bark! 3-8, someone ready?
Bark, bark, bark!
Hey, bringing you back to high school ball Friday night, you know? Just playing with your boys. Hey, if I get struck by lightning, would you cry?
Hell yeah! I'm gonna touch you. We gonna go down.
Would you cry if I died?
Go, go!
I'm good. Don't look at me.
We good? Don't look at me.
You're the best, dude.
Go!
I thought I was good, you know? And Leonard runs it right up the middle. I'm like, oh, okay.
You're my best friend.
You're my best friend. Seriously, I have no friends.
John, did you see how many times Calais jumped off sides in one-on-one pass rush yesterday? John, it was embarrassing. All those sacks must have been teams that just went on the same snap count. You're a quarterback.
Overcast.
Yeah, but I mean, quarterbacks really. Yeah, you guys don't do. No one hits you. Would you do this to get a picture taken? So you guys, you know what I'm saying? For George, so he can put it up in his office. Here we go, here we go, here we go! All the way through the line, all the way through the line, all the way through the line. Sit, Tim, don't pull up. Flat, 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 flat. There we go, jog it back, jog it back. Good, good, good. Nice. Good, work them, good. Put the mentality of the play in your mind prior to the drill. You with me on that? Because that's the whole thing right there. Here we go, thud, thud, thud. Switch it out, next group up. Here we go, in and out. Hey, we can get better from that. As long as we're knocking them off the ball, we can get the second part of it. But what you don't want to see is what? The hands dropping right before contact. You want to keep the hands up here, boom. That's why you see a lot of guys chop like this, right? Keep their hands up. Come on, Will. Come on, strike with your hands, Will. Let's go, strike them. Think about your levels, think about your levels. Turn it up, turn it up. Good. Good, jog it off, jog it off. Hey, here's the situation. They get a first down, game over. This is live, except for the quarterback. Hey. Keep them away from the quarterback. Let's go. Hey, you know what? Whenever it's third down, blitz pickup, it's everything you got on every play. You know what I'm saying? Because their tempo, they're flying. You know what I'm saying?
Coming up, we take you back to the Dreamfinders Homes practice complex at TIAA Bank Field.
People got to realize the progression of Blake Bortles from year 1 to year 2 to year 3 to year 4, now year 5 with a different offensive system and see the jump he made. You know, a lot of people want to talk bad about this and that last year. That was his best year.
Tight end Austin Safarian-Jenkins, who goes by ASJ, clearly likes his quarterback, and his QB clearly loves throwing to him. Welcome back to Jags Wired. I'm Brian Sexton. The Jaguars are in Minnesota this week practicing with the Vikings, and we'll take you there behind the scenes on the next Jags Wired on August 29th. Until then, enjoy the sights and sounds of Training Camp 2018. Good night, everybody.